We'll get our meeting started with roll call, please.
Okay, Delaware County, Mr. Early is excused. Mr. Jones?
Yes, sir.
Pat Delameter?
She's down there.
She's down. Okay, Margaret Wilson?
Here.
Thank you, ma'am. Fulton County, Yvonne Hart?
Here.
Jack Farquhar? Here. Bill Dunham?
Here.
Sean Wilson? Here. Gold star for Fulton County. Hamilton County, Joyce Malidi is still excused. Wishes she could be here, but hopefully next month. Myself, present. Gary Wicks.
Here.
Montgomery County, Tom Pasquarelli.
Here.
Mickey Swartz. Here. Trish Green. Here. Tony Agresta.
Here.
Gold star for Montgomery County. Otsego County, Sid Chase.
Here.
Brian Knapp is working. Dr. Markowitz is working. Dana Weigand is, well, a lot of working people in Otsego County. Rich Kirschman.
Here.
Harry County, do we have anybody present? Okay. Mark Zeke is excused, still on vacation, coming back this week. Poor devil, having to come back to the Northeast from Florida. Shame. Dr. Leinhardt.
Here.
We have a quorum, sir.
Okay, very good. Okay, we got guests.
We have guests. We have Deb Cuffs and Howard Hughes. Welcome, as always. Mary Ramo and Joe Farrell and Country Swedes. Did I leave anybody out? Welcome, one and all.
All right. Everyone get a copy of last month's minutes from our meeting. We need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second. Motion's been made and seconded to approve the minutes as presented. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed or abstained? Correspondence, y'all got a copy of the correspondence, I hope?
A lot of correspondence.
An awful lot.
A lot of correspondence.
Nice to see people don't talk to each other anymore.
That's right.
Okay, I don't have a report. We'll go right on into
Okay.
secretary.
We will be sending out a QI survey to all the agencies within the next 2 weeks. This will be a reprise of the survey that we sent out some years ago. The REMAC doctors said they would like to get a little update on who's doing what for QI or who isn't doing what for QI. So we'll keep everybody advised. I'll send everybody here a copy of the survey. It's just a very simple, down-to-earth survey. You know, how do you do your QI and all the rest of it. On March 23rd, we received word from Lisa DeLong at the Department of Health that Department of Health equipment stickers would no longer be needed on a card acquired at a cost of less than $40,000. We are well under that cap. Well under that cap. Just information. On March 23rd, we participated in a conference call with Mike Taylor at the Department of Health on the subject of FirstNet. FirstNet is a plan to establish broadband modalities in New York State for all emergency services, right across the spectrum of emergency services. And right now it's just in the talking planning stages, and I'll keep everybody fully advised. On March 30th, we received word from Dan Clayton at the Department of Health and also from the Hamilton County Office of Emergency Management on the increasing use of the mixture of fentanyl and cocaine with, as you might imagine, extremely dangerous and fatal results. All first responders in situations likely to involve street drugs should take every precaution to protect themselves from any accidental contact with these substances, including respiratory contact, by using appropriate personal protective equipment. The fentanyl cocaine mixture in particular can be easily absorbed. It is highly toxic. I sent that out to everybody, and it's going to be going through in a minute also. On April 1st, we received word of an AED use at the Walmart Distribution Center in Johnstown. Unfortunately, the 37-year-old male patient was not able to be resuscitated. On April 13th, the Sydney Police Department attempted resuscitation on a cardiac arrest patient, a 50-year-old female. The patient unfortunately did not survive. On April 2nd, after submission of a number of requested documents and several modifications as requested, the Department of Health Office coordinating the process for the State Grants Gateway Portal advised that AAREMS is now pre-qualified for contract acceptance. This is something new. All agencies that contract with New York State will be pre-qualified as per the requirements of the State Grants Gateway Portal. It involves, we have been contracting with New York State for some 25 years now, since 1990, and the State Grants Gateway Portal is a rather difficult website to travel through. But the gentleman in charge of the particular contract office was extremely helpful and very kind and cooperative. And anyway, we're now pre-qualified for contract acceptance. After 25 years, we're finally pre-qualified. Hi, Bill. Bill Beavers is president. On April 2nd, Joe Farrell advised us that the Pittsfield Emergency Squad has effectively ceased operations, and the town of Pittsfield has filed for a municipal CON, citing serious need. As of this date, the town of Pittsfield is providing EMS service in their area using the Village of New Berlin ambulance service under contract. The regional council doesn't get involved with that for 2 years. In 2 years, then they have to file a CON with us, and we go from there. On April 10th, in their latest bulletin, Homeland Security made mention of a new designer drug, Flocka. Frank Lawrence Adam King Adam, also known as gravel, because it looks like the white gravel chips in a fish tank. Its use is on the increase. Its use gives rise to bizarre behavior. Isn't that good news for first responders? Very bizarre behavior. I have heard some say that it makes bath salts look like granulated salt. The main ingredient in this drug, this gravel, or Flocka, is still legally available in the United States. So it can be acquired legally at the present time. Okay, over to the wise, I guess. As of April 15th, 32 out of a total of 49 ALS agencies in the region have advised us of completion of the 2015 protocol's rollout. I've reached out to the areas in question to ascertain the status of the remaining agencies, 17 more agencies there, and I reached out to Mountain Lakes because some of the agencies in northern Hamilton County do their protocol updating and QI stuff through Mountain Lakes region. Turns out that Mountain Lakes is only just starting their protocol rollout now, so we're kind of ahead of the curve on them. Also, as of April the 15th, 112 out of a total of 284 techs in this region have advised us of rollout completion. I think some of that is just kind of a paperwork lacking. I'm hopeful that the agencies can be nudged a little and get the paperwork into me. It doesn't have to be sent by postal service. Send us an email attachment. Fax it if you must. Our fax machine is not the greatest in the world, even though it's supposed to be state-of-the-art. State-of-the-art in fax machines, by the way, is fading fast, if you haven't noticed. The fax machines are little by little becoming obsolete, but in any event, an email attachment is much better received than a fax. So we are working on getting everybody everybody to advise us of completion of the protocol's rollout. Okay, a letter has been received from the Sco-Ride ambulance requesting permission to enter the electronic PCR system using iPCR software. So I'd like to make a motion that we accept their proposal to enter the ePCR system and so notify the Department of Health. I'll make that as a motion. Thanks for a second. Jack Farquhar seconds.
Motion is made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Any opposed or abstained?
Okay, Dr. Markowitz and Bill Beavers
Carried.
are here. I'm sorry, the motion is carried. Andy Cuccinello has not been, we are told anecdotally, but not by Mr. Cuccinello himself, we are told that he is retired from EMS, but he has not so advised the region. He has not been present now for over three meetings and has not asked for an excused absence from any of them. So I would like to make a motion officially that his seat is declared vacant for Schoharie County.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
That's it.
Okay.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed or abstained?
Okay. Effective 8/25/14, all notices of enforcement actions are sent to us via email attachment now, no longer in the Postal Service. We have received 2 notices of enforcement. One from a gentleman in Hoosick Falls who surrendered his paramedic certification effective the 8th of April, was allowed to maintain his basic certification, and shall not apply for paramedic recertification prior to the 30th of June 2016. And then we have a individual from Casterland, New York. I'm not really sure where Casterland is, to be honest with you, but suspended for 3 months, effective 2/4/2015, probation for 3 years, effective the same date, and a civil penalty of $2,000. Both violated Part 800, decimal 16, decimal G. I'm not quite sure what that one is, Joe, could you?
That's just a very generic, it's not going to be very specific at all.
Ah, okay. This information, as per state request and regulation, shall be published in the minutes, as always. And I think, sir, that's my report.
Good. Okay, moving on to treasurer's report.
Okay. The fund balances for the period March 19th through April 15th and the cash flow balance, cash flow report are present for everybody. In addition, a printed report of the cash flow balance sheet and register reports, plus copies of canceled checks, were made available for Lou and Sid and Jack. And their report.
We found everything to be satisfactory.
On April the 7th, we sent to Lisa DeLong at the Department of Health the quarterly council deliverables and a voucher in the amount of $8,541.19 for the period January 1 through March 31st of this year. On the same date, the program agency deliverables were also sent with a voucher in the amount of $43,726.65. On April 13th, we were advised by her that our budget modification request for the council contract was approved. The final quarter of the contract year, we usually have to do a budget modification since some budget lines are a little bit over and some budget lines are a little bit less. So we do a modification, and ours was officially approved, and the vouchers have gone on to the controller's office. And that, sir, is my report.
Okay, very good. Need a motion to accept the treasurer's report? Sid?
Sid?
Second?
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed or abstained?
I will abstain as a staff member.
All right, committee reports. Anything on program agency?
Nothing for the program agency. The computer system is working quite nicely in the office, getting very comfortable with it.
Training.
Committee. Yes. Howard, a little report on the...
Sure. Joyce had asked me to assist with the certified instructor update that's going to be on Saturday, June 13th. It'll be at Cobleskill. Hopefully we'll get this state app signed and approved shortly so we can actually advertise. It'll be a morning session of educational methodologies for tactile visual learners, and in the afternoon will be a shortened version of our Airway Day, which will be a hands-on approach as to how to teach BLS and ALS airway approaches.
Okay, and...
We also had discussed the teaching day in November. We're going to get a hold of untip my tongue.
John Politis.
John Blood. To see if we could get him to come and do a presentation there, so we'll know a little bit more about that next month.
I just did, hot off the press, I just did reserve the room next door for the teaching day on the 7th of November. And this room will be occupied for part of that day. Still a work in progress, still planning to go forward on it.
Oh, transmission standards.
Okay. Just a reprise on April 2nd, we received word from Joe that the town of Pittsfield declared a municipal CON, a municipal need, pardon me. They filed paperwork, which is they do directly with the state, and they have established an ambulance service using the village of Newburgh ambulance under contract. And the Department of Health advised us that the fitness and competency review has been completed in the case, and I understand that the town of Pittsfield ambulance service is up and running.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Anything on state council? Nothing.
Nothing on state council? Okay. They next meet, Tom, is confirmed for May 13th and 14th?
Yes.
Mhm.
Your program updates, regional program directors.
The next meeting of the regional program directors is scheduled for May the 12th at 2 o'clock in the afternoon at REMO headquarters on New Corner Road in Albany.
Any other programs?
No other program updates, just a reprise that we are pre-qualified for our new contract period. The new contracts, the council contracts are coming out right now. We sent all that. There's in addition to the Grants Gateway portal, we have a number of pieces of paperwork that have to be appended. It's unique to each agency, of each program, each REMSCO, has to be appended to the new contract. New contract is quite a voluminous document. It's very different from the old one. So that has all gone into the state, and we should be getting the new contracts very shortly. It's a 5-year contract, which is, I'm not completely sure what the correct wording is. It's a 5-year contract which is renewed every year for 5 years. I guess that's the best way to put it, the best way for me to put it anyway. As soon as we get it finalized, I will send a copy of the deliverables around to everybody. The deliverables are very doable. The deliverables were developed in consultation with the REMSCOs this time. And that's almost the first time I can remember that happening. And that's a very good thing. So the Grants Gateway portal paperwork involved going right back to the beginning of the regional council and to its articles of incorporation and so forth, and going, step by step up from there.
Didn't take long, did it?
That didn't take long. No. Looking back on it, didn't seem like as long at all. Okay.
Okay, I know you didn't meet, but is there anything new from REMAC?
No.
Okay.
Next REMAC is first.
Yep. Okay. County reports, we'll start out with Delaware.
We just finished up a basic EMT class. We have 100% pass on that. We've got 2 other classes that are getting ready to finish up. Other than that, it's business as usual.
Very good. Seco?
We also had a basic EMT class that just tested out, and so I don't have a report on that. Other than that, business as usual.
Anything for Gary?
The county continues to reorganize its EMS. I think that's the 3rd time in a row I've reported that. There should be some changes and appointments to this board after May.
All right, good. Montgomery? Fulton?
Nothing new.
Hamilton?
Just finished a research class. They'll be testing out the next test that comes along. Other than that, nothing.
All right, do we have any other old business?
Maggie, we were talking before the meeting, before lunch today. Could you just give a little report on the AEMT teaching down in Delaware County?
On the teaching down there?
You have an AEMT class going now, and I know what Howard has had. Let's see, did you finish one yet, or
Yeah,
you did finish
Howard's-
one? You have another one going.
We had ours last summer, we're gonna do another one this summer.
We're halfway through ours, and it's well received in Delaware County. More people seem to, I just did that survey that I sent out to ask people what kind of courses they wanted to see, what kind of education we could do for them. And people seem to request to take, or hold another AEMT course, so.
Alrighty. Any new business? Wow. Any new business? Motion for adjournment? Yes. Wow. Okay. I'll see you next month. Enjoy this beautiful weather.
We next meet on Thursday, May 21st. The REMAC meets at 10:30 on that day, and we meet at 1 o'clock. The rest of us meet at 1 o'clock.